In this lesson, we'll look at the steps for graphing a parabola given the general or standard form of the equation ax squared plus bx plus c. The steps are going to be the same as they were when we were given the vertex form, but we have different values that we can use. First, we'll determine whether the parabola opens upward or downward by looking at the value of a in our equation. If the value of a is greater than 0, our parabola opens up. If the value of a is less than 0, our parabola opens down. Then we're going to determine the vertex of our parabola. This is where things get a little bit different. We don't have our immediate values for the vertex of the equation, or for the vertex of the parabola in our equation. We're going to have to use a formula for the vertex in this case. Our x-coordinate is found using the formula x equals negative b over 2a. Once you have found the x-coordinate, you will plug that in to the function to find your y-coordinate. So find the y-coordinate by plugging your x-coordinate in. So the y-coordinate is f of negative b over 2a. So it is a composition of the two functions. Find any x-intercepts by solving f of x equal to 0, which is the same as our other form of the equation, and find the y-intercept by computing f of 0. Then plot the intercepts, the vertex, and any additional points as necessary. So let's look at an example. Let's plot f of x equal to negative x squared plus 4x plus 1. First, let's determine how the parabola opens. In this case, a is negative 1, so a is equal to negative 1 in this case. Since a is less than 0, the parabola will open downward. So this is going to be a downward-facing parabola. It's going to have a maximum value. It will have a peak. It will have a highest point. Next, we're going to find the vertex. The x-coordinate of our vertex will come from the formula negative b over 2a. So let's pull the values of b and a out of our formula. So remember, this is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So in this formula, or in this function, a is equal to negative 1, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to 1. So to find x, we're going to plug in negative 4 over 2 times negative 1 and perform that calculation. So x is going to be equal to negative 4 over negative 2, which is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2. So in order to find the y-coordinate of our vertex, we plug this back into our function. We plug x equals to 2 in our function and find out that value. So f of 2 is equal to negative 2 squared plus 4 times 2 plus 1. So we're going to have a negative 4 plus 8 plus 1, which equals 5. So that's our y value, or our f of x value. So our vertex of this function sits at 2, 5. The third step is find the x-intercepts by solving f of x equal to 0. So that means set our function equal to 0 and solve for any values of x. So 0 equals negative x squared plus 4x plus 1. So we need to determine a technique for solving for the values of x in this quadratic function. We have several options in our disposal. We could factor. This does not look very factorable, not very easy to factor. We also have the quadratic formula at our disposal, which, if you remember from way back in the day, that the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, which this is a great formula and works every time. You don't have to remember how to factor or anything. You can just plug everything into there and get what you need. It'll give you two values because you have a plus or minus, and you have a, b, and c ready to go. So let's just write those down again. We have a equal to negative 1, b equal to 4, and c equal to 1. So plugging those in, I'm going to go ahead and use that to find my values of x. So x equals a negative b, negative 4, plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times 1 all over 2 times negative 1, which equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 4, because I'm multiplying times a negative in there, all over negative 2, which equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 20 all over negative 2. So now I have two problems here. I have a plus and I have a minus, which is where I get my x-intercepts. So I'm going to go ahead and break it into two problems. I have negative 4 plus the square root of 20 over 2, and I have, I'll just write x equals, or I have x equals negative 4 minus the square root of 20 over 2. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my calculator, and I'm just going to let it do my calculations. And so x is going to equal approximately 0.2, or x is approximately 4.2. So this tells me that the parabola passes through the x-axis at approximately these 2 points. So let's find the y-intercept by plugging 0 in for x and computing that value. So find f of 0 and seeing what we get. So if I put 0 in for x, negative 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus 1, I'm going to get 0 plus 0 plus 1 equals 1. Therefore, my y-intercept is going to be 0, 1. So I pass through the y-axis at 0, 1. So let's go ahead and graph it. I know my parabola opens downward. My x-intercepts are negative 0.2 and 4.2. The y-intercept is at 1, and my vertex is at 2, 5. The axis of symmetry is at x equals 2, because I know I'm going to go right down through this x point. I didn't calculate that, but I know that. And then we're going to look at what the domain and range is. So my vertex is at 2, 5. I'm going to go over 2, up 5. And I'm going to put a point. I'm going to put a point at the 0, 1 for my y-intercept. I'm going to put x-intercepts at approximately 0.2, at the negative 0.2, and at 4.2. So those are approximations. And then I'll just sketch. That is not very neat, but there it is. All right, so the domain and range here would be all the values that are encompassed in this graph. So my domain would be all of the x values, if you recall, so the x values. And the range are my y values. In a parabola, the x values are not restrained, therefore they are all negative infinity and positive infinity. And my y values are going to go all of negative infinity. You can see that I can use all of them going down into infinity, but I stop right here at the y value of 5. So I am going to go from positive 5 down into negative infinity.